Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy Monday. Hey, listen, I'm glad we had a little delay anyway, but I'm here. So I see some people in the chat. Milani, Almond Eyes was here. Corey, uh, hello, hello, hello. William, how you doing? We're gonna keep it light again today, right? Coming back with the balloon show. I had some other hard hitting stuff I wanted to talk about today, but I didn't want to rush that one. So we'll do something a little bit more different, a little bit more hard hitting next weekend. But anyway, or next Monday, I should say. But today we're going to go back. But when we look at this particular two sessions of the balloon show, it's a little different. It's not as much effery as it was on some of the other ones, but we can still analyze how the people react to each other. The first one is a dude who comes out. And again, he's a credible guy, right? He's the kind of guy that all the chicks on these damn panels said they want. But it'd be interesting to see how the women react to him. But he doesn't have the ego that the doctor did. He's a little bit different. And but I have a question when he goes and some people do they pop the balloon and they say some shit to him and his responses are something to talk about. They're a little bit different than the guy who was the doctor. Definitely different than the guy who was a plumber. So, and I started to think, well, why is he so nice? Sometimes I think, these guys respond to these ladies who say any old shit that comes out of their mouths. His response was kind of nice. So we could talk about that a little bit. And then we're going to be familiar with the first panel of ladies who are waiting. We're going to be familiar with them because they were here last week. I mean, they're the ones it was just from the same show from last week. And I have a couple of commentaries on a couple of them as well. Because I don't think they have any business being as picky as they are. You know what I'm saying? And then the second one is about a lady who's looking at a panel of men. And, she's pretty nice looking. And we can see her preferences and the way she talks to the men as the way she accepts them or eliminates them. And you can see the difference between how the guy acts and how she acts as she's shifting through the people of the contestants. Anyway, listen, anybody who wants to come up, you don't have to wait for me to go through any more soliloquies. You could just come on up and we could talk about this as we go. Just like we did last time, we could stop and start the video until we go through a complete session. And, and we could just talk about what we see and what we think about the particular session. And one of the things I want to say about the balloon show, no matter how much people think it's a clown show, I think underlying all of that, I think people are still looking for matches. People are still looking for companions, somebody to get with. Now, I don't consider this show just purely for hookup. I think some of them are, but some of the male contestants that I've seen, these dudes, I think they go to the show because they don't have time to go find the women on their own. Hold on for a second. Anyway, so anyhow, listen, I I like this show, but I'm not going to make a habit of coming back to it all the time. But I think it's good because we talk about relationships a lot all the time. So I think a show like this is one of the better elimination shows that's out there. So Sister Arlette has done a good job. One of the things I would like to see, though, is how things have progressed with some of the more special matches that they've made. Not just the hookups, but the some of the matches look like they're two mature people who could have gone on a date and wanted to continue. I would like to see I know she has some shows where people come back on, but it's usually like ratchet ass shows, right? There, people arguing back and forth, and they're usually talking about how the dates didn't go well. But I haven't heard anybody get engaged or married based on the show. And I would imagine it wouldn't be a lot of that, but it'd be nice to see some winners come out of this damn thing. Time. Hello, Tom. I haven't seen you around. You've probably been around, but I didn't notice it. Hello, welcome aboard. Right. All right. So listen, CBN. Anytime you're ready, we could just start to roll the tape, and I'll tell you when. If you just stay on the trigger, so we can stop and start as we want. And anybody wants to come up, or yeah, if we find the beginning of the right one. Nah, it's not. This is not that. Did I give you the wrong timestamp? Because that's not the timestamp I'm looking for. 105:53. Oh man. Yeah, it's right there. Right there. I can't hear him. Can anybody hear him? I don't know if the people can hear him.
Any issue with the audio?
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna play it again. No audio?
Nope.
Give me a second. Let me unshow it. Let me remove it and bring it back again. Share the screen.
Yeah. So, hey, so Corey, I see your message here. Listen, it doesn't matter how few men are getting married, whether they get married or not. It'd be good to hear some good news stories because even though we're in the West, I think people still crave to have whatever companionship they can have. I just think they need to define it the way they need to define it. And the ultimate is marriage, but it doesn't have to be that anymore in the West. I think men, I was listening to the Angry Man today, and he said two things. He said the men in the West, if you want to be married, either get a passport or stay single. That's what he said, essentially. And then he has a whole lot of context that he put around that, and based on the way things go, the way people are complaining, I don't know if he's too far off. I don't know what's the matter with this thing. Still no sound. Not a peep. I don't think it's me. I don't think anybody can anybody
If
hear
anyone
it
in
out
the chat can hear it, please let me know because I'm
Put a
trying to
one
make
if you
sure.
put a one if you can hear it. Put a two if you can't. I don't think anybody can hear it.
I find that
Wait a
extremely
minute.
strange. And play it again one more time.
Yeah, they can't hear it either.
Okay.
You sure you don't have the mute?
Settings.
Yeah, you don't have to. You might have the mute button on or at the top of the settings.
No, it's not mute. I can hear it from my end. But I'm surprised the people on the show cannot hear it. For some reason, I don't know what it figure out how to change the setting. I'm trying to let me see. Share screen. I'll do it this way. Okay.
Deal breakers.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Deal breakers.
Yeah,
Those communication.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you can express yourself easily, we'll get along perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much interested in cigarette smokers, I would say.
Okay. All right. And now, what are some things you like to do?
I do music, motivational music. But also for me, it's not what you do, it's who you're with. You do the same thing you regularly do with the right person, you can make it a good time. Something about experiences.
Okay, nice. All right, so we did get 2 pop balloons. Oh, 3. Let's go on over there and see what's going on. Okay, if we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
I'm Jador. I'm 31, and it was really just initial attraction. So I waited because I wanted to hear, you know what I mean? Maybe get a little more in depth, but it really is just the initial attraction, and there's nothing wrong with you. You're very handsome.
Okay. So you said it's attraction, but he's handsome. So what is it that?
If I was like to see you out and about, approach you, I wouldn't be like, oh my
Can you hear
God,
it?
I really want to talk
I
to
can
him or
hear
anything
it.
like that.
It seems like it is a lag or a delay. I don't know if it's me or you. I don't
And you just,
Mm, I don't think it's me.
but that's it.
All right. Now, is Jador someone that's your type?
How about, so what do you do?
I'm a marketing manager. I'm a certified behavioral health technician, and I model.
Great. So for me, I'm more so like attracted, like I said, to mental. Just so I say, conversation is key. But I'll say just initial attraction. She definitely dresses well, so absolutely, yes, I would definitely approach her.
Can you hold it right there?
All right.
Can
Have
you
your
hold it
name
right there?
please?
Hold on for a second, right there with that first girl. Listen, now you see, he was nice, right? She says she's not
Mhm.
attracted to him, right? So her backstory: she has 5 children.
I know.
Now, 5 kids. I don't know how many baby daddies she has, and she got those horrible eyelashes on, right? Those big, over-exaggerated eyelashes, and so he said all kinds of nice things to her. But you really think he was thinking that?
No, he was trying to be respectful.
Okay, hold on for a second. That's why the word respectful. Why is telling her the truth not respectful?
Today's society, it
No,
seemed to
no.
be.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
I'm trying to say, today's society, it seemed to be that telling a woman the truth is trying to put a woman down. You're supposed to cater to their egos, so to say.
All right. So
I,
let me.
what I've been noticing for a while, but it doesn't make no logical sense. But it's okay for a woman to tell the man the truth, and we to accept it. But when we tell a woman the truth, it's degrading them.
All right. So
But
one of the things I like to say when men sit up here, beat their chest, talk about we're the leaders and all this kind of shit, I think that's the one area where we need. That's one of the areas we need to begin to fight in, where we just tell the women like it is, as opposed to what they want to hear. It's time. I think it's time to. You don't have. You could be respectful and tell somebody. You know what? I mean. I appreciate, because she said, well, you're not my type, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, good, that's cool. But then she asked him a question. What do you, see in her? Because whether he wanted her or not, he might have popped her balloon on his own. So why couldn't he say, listen, you know what? I really don't like those long, nasty ass eyelashes. Maybe don't say nasty ass. I don't really like the fake eyelashes that much. He might not know. I mean, you could say, why can't you just say, I don't know if I don't like long eyelashes and too much makeup on a woman. I
here
think
the
that's
I here the irony of this. But I watch all these balloon popping show. They point out a particular obvious issue. These women are quick to judge a guy, so quick based on the look and their representation, which is fine. But if say a person that came on that show who was a Fortune 500 business owner, just trying to disguise the look and see what he can get, and they quick to judge, right? Or a ruler from Dubai or UAE with a pop up there. Do you think these ladies would have that same decorum for those kind of people, knowing that they have no way in hell to win a champ, but the guy that decided to come here
no, well,
and
no,
be
yeah, but I think they're goofier. I think some women are still goofy than that, right? Anyway, but let's go ahead and continue to the next couple ones. Yes.
You ended up popping.
Brittany, 31. And just kind of like that when you walked in, I didn't get that vibe. And also, I was trying to look past it, but you look like my uncle. His name is Tony. And I was like, I kept looking at you and I kept thinking about Uncle Tony. But not that you look old, but you look like you can be a sibling of his or something. So I was just like, that's weird to me. But that's it.
Sure.
You just look like my Uncle Tony.
oh hell no. Really?
Yeah.
You look like
She's
my
goofy.
uncle?
Uh, That's just goofy. That's really goofy. They say
Really,
women only
you look
don't
like
get
my
beside.
uncle. I've
Yeah,
heard all those nonsense for more than 2 decades. Oh, you look like my brother. Oh, you look like my uncle. Oh, you look like my cousin. You look like someone. Seriously,
yeah. Well, you know what? I don't understand where the uncle shit comes from, man. I immediately thought was it one of the old
no be
uncles that
shady. No be shady. Someone say, "Oh, you look like someone I know on YouTube." Like, "Oh, Pain," referring to you, even though he don't look that old. You know how that's how to say?
yeah, but no, but what I'm saying is when she said he looked like my uncle, I just thought that, did her uncle do something to her? Usually the young girls like their uncles. I'm talking about the up and the up ones, the ones who have a kind word and all that kind of shit. So it's
I
just
get it.
weird. It's just weird, man. Let's go. Let's see what else is in store.
So I know you said you're more of like a mental attraction
Yes.
person, but is she someone that you would approach if you saw her out?
Definitely beautiful smile. For me, I like to dress up, so definitely someone that would look great next to me as far as dressing. So yeah, I would say yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, let's go over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping.
I'm Tatiana. I'm 25. You're not ugly. I'm just not attracted. But like we
Uh,
kind of look like we got a little similar style. I see you got that clear quartz up in
Yes,
there
yes,
too.
yes.
I really like no, like seriously, like we be twinning them like type stuff. So like I like what you got on. It's just you a bud. I see you as like a homie. Like I would probably like, if I wanted to see you up like if I saw you off glance, I'd be like, hey, he looks like a pretty cool guy to be friends with. Let me check him out as a friend.
Respectfully.
Okay, all right. Now, what about
Really,
well, let him speak first before you stop. Let him say.
Yeah, personality, outgoing. You can tell she's fine with being herself. So that type of stuff attracts me. So definitely.
okay, perfect. All right, your name and age
Okay,
and
now
why
you
you
can stop. You can stop. See, I
Me?
seen her. She before she goes. The last girl, right? I don't think she likes black men. I think this is the third time I've seen some men on this panel. She rejected them all. I don't know if she really likes brothers that much. She always has something to say like that, and it just her demeanor. Of course, she has those nasty ass eyelashes on as well. Um, but
she look like a
then
dude. Just playing. I'm just playing.
yeah, she kind of looked like a dude, but I mean, but she's not a dude. She's probably all woman underneath that, but still, I don't think she likes black men. But go ahead. What's the next chick over here?
You can tell by her features. Just playing.
I'm 31.
Beautiful name.
I love the tiger's eye, the clear corpse, all that. Cigarette smoking, period. I'm on my journey of getting away from that, and I'm not sure if that's, like if I'm going to continue. Or, I'm on a journey, so I don't. That's why I popped.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like other smoking, sure, it's cool, but like cigarettes is just a thing for me. It's like
It's a thing
tough.
for
It's
me
tough.
too.
Yeah, most
That's
people.
why
yeah.
I'm like I'm on the fourth day. It's the fourth. I thought on the-
Congratulations. Congratulations.
But I'm not sure if it's going to last. I'm not saying I'm not sure what I want to do or what I want to accomplish, because I most definitely want to get away from it. But that's a habit that I'm trying to control. So that's why I popped.
I respect that.
Okay, all right now.
Okay, so,
Apart from him
what's
saying that is your type.
No, he's not my type, but I don't mind getting to know or trying to figure what's going on with you or trying to get to know you, period. So no.
he's not my type, but you
And
can
now
bang it
apart
out.
one that you would approach.
I would say yes. I think she's beautiful. She's she said, as she said, she's working on herself. And so I love growth. I love elevation. So definitely.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right, stop it there. Stop it for a second. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
we
hold
got
on.
Corey
For a second.
on the
Wait, hold
stage.
on, man. Hold on for a second.
Big
What do you think about her hair?
brother Corey, how you?
Oh, what's up, Corey? All right, what's happening? What do y'all think about her hair?
Her hair.
Yeah.
I also like the authentic. I like the hair look.
You
Not
like
to make it
that?
become rocket properly. No, let me be honest though. When it comes to dealing with dread, the neat look and then the natty look. Her own is more neat, but it's long, and I get that. That's more Afrocentric. Or it's not like everybody else. No, let me be honest with you. Out here in New York City, there's so many different group and community. She part of that Afrocentric group whereby people trying to connect with their African root. Some like to grow their head that long to the point they make sure it's neat and have a unique look.
So you think her hair is real?
There's some people who grew their hair that long. It takes them years. And I hate to say that the neck shrink to hold that much hair, man, I don't know how you do it, but more power to you. I've known people who have grew out their dread for more than 10, 15 years and they constantly maintain it. To maintain that level of locks is not simple.
No,
It is
listen,
not.
listen. I'm not against what you're saying. My oldest daughter has locks, and then neat in her head. She's got full 4C hair. I mean, it's lush. She takes after her father, but but I don't know whether this chick has the fortitude to grow her hair that long. But let's just say it is real.
This,
I thought,
this,
but you could vibe with a chick with hair like all that. Maybe can. She still has those damn nasty ass eyelashes on. I think she looks pretty, and I
without
don't think she needs that.
that's the problem. Because remember, we have what we call society norm that being promoted. We have all the fashion companies
It's not society. It's black women. It's not all of society, man. No, I mean there's a lot of women who wear those eyelashes.
I get it, but for who I've worked with a fashion company, I've worked with two fashion corporations. One in particular, it puts in cosmetics and all these other stuff. Some of the stuff, even these eyelashes, it's targeted to a certain group. There's a certain group that target the black community that trying to promote these eyelashes,
Yeah, I don't.
eyeliner line. That's what they're heavy. And there's others, just the makeup, the cosmetic. These
Okay,
eyelashes, and it's more
all right.
pushed to the black community more.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's not society. It's black women. Let me say, she says she's not. She's not attracted to him, but she let him bang, and she would go out. What do you think she meant by that?
It's kind of hard to say. It's almost as if you trying to like you're not physically attracted, but I like to pick your mind and see where you're at and see where you go. Maybe what I'm looking. No, I've heard that type of talking point before out here in New York City, and I'm not really attracted to you, but you sound like someone I can get to know. It's like almost trying to say, well, you didn't fit my criteria. Maybe what my criteria is not what I need. Maybe it's something about you is what I really want. Because let's be real, a lot of women have. I hate to say this, but unlogical ideas what they want in a man for certain long term. Like
Did you
we
think?
have this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna let you finish. I mean, did you say Corey was up?
Corey Hager here.
Yeah, he's
Corey,
in the. Yeah.
I think he. Hold on, let me unmute him. Corey, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man. What you got to say? Up until now.
Well, there the gentleman on here, the contestant, whatever you call
Yeah.
him. It's when you know who you are, it's really easy to be nice to people when you're not interested in them.
Okay.
I mean, really, if I walked out in front of a crowd of women and they all had the same look on their face, there's no reason to, because really none of them are interested. You can pick that up.
But let me ask you a question. No, let me ask you a question. Is telling them the truth, if you had a truth to tell, do you see that as being disrespectful? Or is it just if you don't have anything nice to say, just kind of default to nod your head and say, okay, cool.
Well, there again, Orpane, if you know they're not interested, then you don't owe them the truth. You're there as a contestant, make yourself look good, and call it a day.
No. I hear you. I
mean, the guy is intelligent. I can see how he's moving. It's there's no reason to go back and forth with him. you're getting your 15 minutes on the camera. Just,
So that's the big difference between him and that doctor, the dentist who's on last time.
well, he's immature.
Okay.
Well, you can see a narcissist because if you try to put a chink in a narcissist armor, they react.
True.
It just is what it is. I mean, I'm related to them, and if you try to find a weak spot in a narcissist, they get personally offended. You got to actually. I mean, if you don't want to go back and forth with it, you leave it alone.
Yeah.
And this guy, obviously, he's not a narcissist, so and he
Well,
knows.
we throw the word narcissist around a lot, but yeah, I know where you're coming from. So this guy, he's
confident.
He's definitely on the vibe that you're talking about.
Yeah, he's very confident. Yeah,
and that's cool. That's why I wanted to put him up, because like the last two guys, they all had something to say back.
Mhm.
I would probably be somewhere in the middle. I mean, because I think we need to find ways to tell. I mean, but whether we want to get into confrontation or not. But if you ask me what I think about some of the women, and just because they popped a balloon, I might not have been interested in them either. But I'd be nice for once in a while for the guy to say, well, she's fine. I'd bang it out. This is me ad-libbing. I'd be thinking I'd bang it out, but I don't like long eyelashes. But I can get past it if I was getting some, getting laid.
But then there again, I mean, if they're not interested, it's an automatic.
No, I'm with you.
So there's no reason to do, like I said, the man's intelligent. I can tell by the way he's moving.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, Lana asks hello. Hey, okay, let's go ahead to the last lady.
Continue.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No. Just start it up again.
Okay.
All right. So we do still have 3 balloons unpopped. I'm going to have you ask these ladies a question just to kind of help you narrow it down.
Okay, perfect. So my question is this. What are your thoughts on leaving a legacy, building generational wealth for you and your family, and how you working towards doing that?
Okay. Your name and age and the answer to his question.
My name is Brenda. I'm 36. Very good question. I think it all depends on the man. What's your vision in order for me to be your co-pilot to make that happen? So to answer that question, it's all about communication. I believe in that. It's all about consistency. It's also about, well, some men will think that this may sound intimidating, but having a woman lead sometimes can help a situation to build that generational wealth.
Perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Your name and age.
Wait, hold on. Okay, let's say that because we got time. This is a quick one before we go on. So what do you think about, when she says this might be intimidating, she knew she was stepping into some kind of territory by saying, let me leave sometime, right? Because there's connotations behind that, correct? Like it's saying that sometimes it's going to be hard to get her to shut the hell up. I mean, that's what I took from that.
She's a big red no. Big red flag no. No. Hell no.
Why did you say that? Why do you say that?
Couldn't you hear it?
No.
I know you heard it.
No. Listen, I didn't mind the way she started out with the vision. I want to be your co-pilot and all that. So she started with the co-pilot is another word, like we're partners and shit like that. And then when she said, well, and sometimes I want to lead, I want to be on top.
There again.
But go ahead, Corey. Say what you're going to say.
Arpain, when you first meet somebody for the very first time, they're on their utmost best behavior.
Right.
What would happen 5 days later? When I was married for 27 years, this is the very best version of them you'll ever see. You'll probably never see again.
Black Dave, you there? What you think, man?
I'll be really honest. She didn't answer his question correctly because what the question he asked, it was more of seeing beyond present time. Because when he mentioned legacy, a lot of women don't understand how to answer the particular term in legacy building. And talk about she wants to lead. That was like, no,
Oh man,
no, that
yeah.
don't work that way. I'm being realistically honest because I hate to say this. There's so many so-called dating gurus do not understand how to get people set up for a long-term relationship. They just only know how to tell people how to get the cheeks. Not just that it. That question he was asking for, he's looking for family, build a legacy, build wealth, build something to pass down to the next generation. And looking at most of these women, how many of them came from a household that built legacy?
Well, you
Let's
know
be
what?
realistic.
Okay, that's that one is a societal thing. How many women you going to get into a group of 10 that have come through some kind of normalized household in the Black community? Men, for that matter, as well. But you mentioned something though. Long-term relationship. What he's looking for, I would say maybe. I would say, what percentage of these women do you think were really looking for a long-term relationship or just somebody to hook up with? For the time being in a situationship. I'm never quite sure, right? I mean, some of them I just think are out for a good time, and some of the men who come on look like they're out for a good time. But this dude says he seems like he's looking for a partner, and based on not a partner, but a woman to be his helpmeet, and so he's sincere about it. So maybe that's part of his demeanor too. But let's go. Let's continue.
Okay.
Agent, the answer to his question.
Hi, I'm Nova. Right now, I am in nursing school and I plan on being an aesthetics nurse. I do have my own shop right now where I am practicing my esthetician. So right now, I'm just I want to have a franchise of beauty bars. That's definitely my progress. That's the journey I'm on right now.
Amazing. That's great.
All right. Your name and age and the answer to his question.
Hi, I'm Micah and I'm 33. And I think that is why we're here. Like leaving a legacy and creating generational wealth is extremely important to me. And that's why I want a leader in my life. So that way we can do just that. And I can trust your vision and get beside you, similar to what my girl down there said, a co-pilot. And a way that I'm preparing to do that is just being prepared to be a wife and be in that co-pilot situation with a man that has vision. So, yeah.
Great. Great answer. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go.
Do y'all hear her answer?
Yeah, I did. I did. I was going to let it play
She
out.
actually answered that question.
Say that again.
She actually answered the question, though, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not trying to be out here turning old gray, be alone by a dog. I need to be with somebody who's about that business. I'm not here to play games. That's how you answer the question.
Yeah, her answer was good. So that's why let's play it out because it's just these three left. Let's go ahead and keep playing out.
Okay.
Go ahead and have you pop one of these ladies' balloons based off of those responses you've got. Okay? Go ahead and pop one of these ladies' balloons.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to pop this one.
Okay. All right. So why did we end up popping hers?
First off, your answer was amazing. Definitely great. I can definitely tell you're an independent woman, which I definitely love that. I would say on that part with the women leading, like having both partners leading is definitely a great thing. But I would say when you're dealing with a man like myself, like I'm intentful, purposeful, would you know how to allow me to lead you? Or would it just be a lot of button hits?
No, absolutely. That's why I said if you have a vision, I would definitely be the co-pilot to where we're going.
Got you. So, okay. So, but yeah,
Okay,
I would say just based off that, leading co-piloting, that's amazing. And I've been in situations where it's like, it's a lot of like arguing back and forth with that, and it's like let's lead in peace. You know what I mean? We're gonna argue with things like this, but that communication part, as long as that's high, I feel like there's nothing we can't get over.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, stop it here, Black David, stop it there. And Corey, I got one for you. What kind of style does this guy have, right? Because the suit, he keeps saying amazing, but he definitely doesn't like anything this chick has to say. And so he's like, I like your answers, but amazing, but that co-pilot, I don't want to be button heads with you. And she was insisting on that co-pilot word because she has no intention of letting a man lead her. And she's 36 years old. So there's more merit when people say when a woman gets, and a man for that matter, gets to a certain age, you're so stuck in your ways, you don't know anything different. So at 36, she's on this show, but she still don't get it. She still doesn't get it. I mean, that's just me speaking. What do you say?
I have to applaud the man for popping that balloon, first of all. It's definitely something I would have did. Secondly, I like his style because he is comfortable.
Right.
The way he dresses, the way he presents himself, he's absolutely confident and comfortable with who he is. And the fact that somebody's gonna at 36, is gonna come up and say, "Well, I gotta lead sometimes." Lead what? You want to be the man? So what is it? What happens to this man when you want to be the man?
He kept trying to tell her. He said, "Well, it's a good answer, but I don't know if I feel like going back and forth with you and shit."
Well, the perfect man for this woman is a rich simp. I have to say it.
Yeah, but a rich simp, man, he wouldn't be picking her.
But this gentleman right here is not that. He never would be. He never could be. No, I like the guy. I like the way he carries himself, But
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I picked this one because this, like last week, we had two guys who had something going for themselves, but they were more combative with the women based on the women's reactions. And I'm saying, and that was one way to be. But okay, let's go ahead. Let's continue. Black David, you back there, sir? CBN. Well, anyway, so listen.
I'm here, but I want to call. You can continue.
No, yeah, when just hit the button. Hit the, let's continue the tape. Yep.
Alrighty. So we do still have 2 balloons unpopped. Ladies, do we have a question to go ahead and ask to kind of get to know them a little bit better? Yeah. Let's go over here.
So, what would you say? How do you handle conflict? Like, if the conversation gets messy, because that will, that could happen.
Definitely.
How do you think that we could work that out?
So it's dealing with different people. I would say you deal with it differently. Like, should I give you space? Should I, can I talk with you? For me, like I said, it's always conversation for me. But you do sometimes have to allow that grace. Like everyone is entitled to their moment. Let them have their moment, and then let's talk about it. Let's not go to sleep angry. You know what I mean? So as long as you're open minded to like having a conversation about it, eventually, not immediately,
Right.
then I feel like we can get through conflict. We can get through a lot more than just conflict.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
All right, let's go over here.
Okay, my question is, what is a quote or a life lesson that your parents taught you that you still live by today?
It definitely has to be accept what you can't change what you can't accept. Through my own journey, my spiritual journey, things like this, there's things I've gone through. And it's like I try to make it a point to live life with no regrets and just looking forward to the future, accepting who you are, being comfortable with who you are, and moving like that. So I would say that's definitely my quote.
Okay, nice. I have one question. Do you have children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
How old are they?
13 and 14.
Oh, okay. Do you want more?
I always say I would have another kid with a wife.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
That's it.
That's good for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You damn right. It's good. You damn
So,
good.
it is.
Keep going.
Time to make a decision based off of what you've heard so far. Which one out of these 2 beautiful ladies are you going to be popping their balloon?
Once again, perfect questions, great answers. Definitely love it. But if I had to pop one, I'm gonna go over here and pop yours.
Okay, why did we end up popping hers?
Truly, there's nothing wrong with her. I would say, just based on the answers, I liked hers a little bit more. And that's literally it.
Okay,
I
cool.
think you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, stop it right there. Stop it right there. Stop. Okay. He's a gentleman to the utmost. Okay. But do you really believe he believed what he just said? I'm serious. I mean, anybody
You want me to be honest with you?
No, don't have to be honest with me. I'm asking you because somebody else just came
Okay.
on. Who was that? Trey?
I did what I saw. We
Okay.
saw this lady, beautiful figure, shorter than him, somewhat slim, nice body. The other girl is big girl, right? She got a great answer and everything, right? In his mind, the way I'm looking at him, I don't think he had the physical strength to deal with big girls.
Oh man, wait a minute. Oh, now you capping.
No, I'm just looking at that see fit because the way his energy at the guy, the way he giving off, he's looking like who can I lift up easy? Who can I lift without hurting my lower back? No, hold on, I'm being real. Who can I lift up without hurting my lower back? Even I know what I'm talking about. She know what I'm talking about. So let's stop the cap.
No, you're the one capping. Why are you giving me all these answers? He's looking at it.
Why did Almond Eye agree with me? Why did Almond Eye agree with me? Hold on. Why did my sister in the chat room, Almond Eye, agree with me? Because I was looking at his body language. Come on. Almond Eye on my side. That's my real sister right there. She agreed. Come on.
Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead, Corey. Then Trey, you can speak on it. Go ahead, Corey. What do you think?
Want me to be scam likely? Want me to be like scam likely or suddenly?
No, I hear you, Black Day, but you're touching on the side of it, right? He didn't pick her because she's big, not because he's a Timmy. He didn't want the big girl.
What did Trey just said? Trey said he chewed the smaller chick leg, keep it a buck. Okay then.
That's what we're saying, but you're giving me all kinds of machinations, intimidated.
No, I'm reading body language. I'm reading body language. So let's stop.
Body language is that you're a big chick, and you know what? That's what his body language says. Listen. All I'm trying to say is, this is what I'll give her. Her clothes fits her well. There's a lot of big women who don't know how to dress at all. And I give her 100% because what that outfit she got on fits the kind of size woman she is. And I'll give her that. But here's another thing we ain't talking about. I've seen a few of these balloon shows. A black man or a man that big wouldn't even wouldn't let him on, or a man would know if he's that big, not even to fucking try. You know what I'm saying? Big fat guys ain't coming out there trying to get no ladies like that. Unless they have a lot of money, you can't show them. So I think all that wouldn't let them on. So it's a double standard right then and there. But he was such a gentleman, and it was a great answer for her. But the truth of the matter, he said, "Man, I can't tell her that. You're 33 and you already outweigh me. Anyway." But okay, Trey, what you got to say?
Pain, the chat is against you. So don't try and get on me like that. You see all the answers?
It's not against you. What you talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I hear you. Go ahead, Trey. You got something to say? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, clearly he chose a slimmer chick. I mean, she a ham sandwich away herself. If you look at her stomach, but she a few sandwiches away. She'll be right there with the other girl. I do agree with you though. The other girl is dressed very well. Dressed very modestly. She looks great. I mean, even though she's a bigger chick, she looked fine. I actually think he picked the wrong one, personally. I think he should have picked the other girl. I think she would have been a better fit for him. And I think he's letting his dick do the thinking.
Okay, so we're gonna have to wait for the end for that one. Hey, Corey, you had something to say on this one?
Well, let me just say this as a man and what I know of women. They want a protector and a provider. But how can I protect you if I can't pick you up and carry you? I mean, if something happened to you physically, I have to be able to carry you out of there. I mean, I'm going to make the 5 o'clock news with a broken back. I can't do it, you know.
Who's laughing, man? Who is that?
That's me laughing. What Corey is saying
Gravity
is messed up, but
exists.
it's
It's
true.
real.
It's not true. It's a fruitless point because Corey don't lift weights. So what kind of woman is he picking up? A 100-pound woman? A 95-pound woman? He ain't in the gym.
Well, she outweighs him.
No, I'm talking about you.
Me.
You talking about picking up women? How much can you pick up?
Well, I have.
Don't let Trey trap you in that one, man. Let's move on from that. Let's roll the tape a little bit. Okay. Hey, White School, what's going on? Hey, listen, White School, you can always pop in.
Come on up here. Come on up. All right.
Yeah.
Any final
Yeah, I see why he
questions from-
picked her now. I see why he picked her.
This is a match.
See?
I would like
See?
to talk to you privately.
But listen to this. Listen to this.
What about
I have one more question. Okay, so this is my question, like on vices. So I have a vice, even though I don't really get a lot of time to do it, but I just like to be transparent. That's one thing I look for as well. So my question to you is, what is your vice? But for me, mine is video games. How do you feel about men who play video games?
I play video games.
And there it is. There it is.
There it is. That's common ground.
him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Definitely.
We got it!
You saw Homegirl Fetch, you was like, nigga. Oh, no, you didn't.
What are you talking
But you
about,
know
man?
why? Let me wind it back so you can see the facial expression.
Okay.
You didn't catch on.
Up. All right.
attention to the
Any
big girl
final
face.
questions from either one of you before we determine if this is a match?
No, I would like to talk to you privately.
What
I have one more question. Okay,
Now let's
so
watch the facial expression.
this is my question, like on vices. So I have a vice, even though I don't really get a lot of time to do it, but I just like to be transparent. That's one thing I look for as well. So my question to you is, what is your vice? But for me, mine is video games. How do you feel about men who play video games?
I play video games.
And there it is. There it is.
Okay. So is it going to be a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Definitely.
We got it! All right, I'll take this mic. You guys can go on off.
All right, so you can stop it right there, Black David. Stop it right there. Listen, so this was a little bit more tame, right? I thought the dude was a professional all the way through, right? And as opposed to combative. But hey, listen, I think he picked the right one myself. Even though Trey, you thought the big, she's.
Yeah. I thought. I mean, I can see why. I will say this though. I did like the features of the woman he picked. I like looks like it was her natural hair. Looked like she didn't have a whole bunch of makeup on, right? But there's a lot. She had a nice smile as well. She was soft spoken, so there's a lot of positives. Listen, doesn't look like he could have gone wrong with either or, to be quite honest. But if it was me and I was in his position, although I don't like bigger chicks, it just seemed like the other girl was a better fit. But now that I'm looking at them little strag heels she got on, maybe not. Maybe he did pick the right one.
Yeah,
anything that tie up a woman's leg, that's strag clothing. So I couldn't see what she was wearing at the bottom, but now I'm looking, I'm seeing maybe he did pick the right one.
Well, here's my thing. When he found out that she likes video games, especially since he calls it a vice, they got something in common. I can see them on the couch with popcorn and shit in the middle, playing the dual player and shit for hours, between sessions. Hey, man, what the hell? That shit's cheap too. I mean, not the games, but
I'd be on the couch with her, but we wouldn't be playing no damn video games. That's for sure.
Well, if he said that was his vice, though, I mean, well, shit. Then you knock it out, and then you still play some video games after she makes you a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You make me a sandwich. Go ahead, prepare the sandwich and shit. Anyway, so I thought this was good because the dude was tame. I think you know, so the girls had to kind of come correct, and his answers were all right. So he never really got, you know, the ones off put by the ones who didn't receive them. But anyway, I think this one worked out. So that's one of the,
This look like a better crop of women too. I mean, I'm seeing skirts.
these were the women from last week.
But these weren't the women that were on the guy with the plumber though.
No, not with the plumber.
No, this is a different group of
They
women.
were with the guy with the dentist. These were the women with the dentist.
He got issues. Something wrong with him.
Yeah. Yeah, the plumber was a different crop of woman. So if you got the other one keyed up, Black David, we can go ahead and start on the other one. I think it starts at 37. Hey, so Wife School, if you want to come up and have some commentary, feel free, or any other ladies, and you know, so we don't have to dominate, because this is the lady coming on talking to some fellas.
I hope it's the one I saw earlier.
Maybe
Which was
not.
really funny, but I don't know if it is. I won't spoil it, but I hope
No,
it's
this
the
one, I don't think this one is not. I think it was kind of tame. This one.
Oh, okay,
but-
that's not the one. That's not the one I saw.
Yeah. Black David, you back there?
Oh, David.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you can
That's
start
my
at
call.
37 for the next one. That's all right. I know you got to take a break here and there. Who else is on the line?
Okay. Give me a moment. Let me pin this one down. Okay.
So Trey, man, I'm still waiting on you, man. You got
Pick
you
this
got
back
time to
up.
email, man. Whenever you're ready, brother, we should do that, man. Educate
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. I know.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm gonna reply to it.
It's no
Come on,
rush in terms of when you want to do it, but I think it would be a good show.
Since February. Hold on. There's a little lag on my end.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Since February. Man, some of them calling me. Some of them calling me today.
Sade,
So I
and
gotta
how old are you?
quote unquote.
33.
How would
Okay,
how would I
no,
say
Well,
this?
like
David,
I'm
mute
also
your
a
mic,
children's
David.
doctor.
How would you like to do for fun?
Anything I really would like
Yeah, I want to
the year
restart.
end, trilling foods, cooking, anything that's fun.
Okay. Now, what are some things you look for in a man?
You
Yeah,
be honest,
is it playing?
intentional with those are the main no more than 2
No more than 2. Okay.
and no more than 2 baby mothers.
Maybe it's me. Is she skipping words for everybody?
Okay. All right. Do you have any other
I
deal
think you
breakers?
need to restart.
That's a top contender.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, cool. So we did get a popped balloon down there. Let's go on over there, see what's going on. All right. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
I'm 37. It wasn't just the kids, but it's just more so just the energy. I can kind of feel that probably just be cool, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what energy is like? What are you getting?
Like just somebody like I got 3 sisters, so like I just get that vibe. Like we just be cool, like you know, not really like romantically.
Okay. All right. And now is Mike someone that's your type?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What makes him your type?
I don't really have a type in particular. Just him saying he has kids is a no for me.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hold on. Is it me or this woman is eyeing the guy like she want to eat him up?
You know, hey, listen, man.
Trey, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, Trey, because I'm watching her body in her eye. When she looking at this dude like,
No,
please take me a little back.
some women just have like a seductive kind of look. I think she just has a seductive kind of look. But I'm still tripping off of he's my type, but I don't have a type.
The way she was on it, but I'm like, hold up. You mad that he popped the balloon? You looking at him like, please change your mind?
Well, on the show, to be fair, when you come out and you see the lineup, everybody has a one that they want.
Mhm.
Everybody does. They all do it. They all have that one that when they look at the lineup, like, I hope this one doesn't pop their balloon. So maybe she is a little bit disappointed that the guy that she probably is attracted to, even though she's not attracted to him because she doesn't have a type, but he's her type. She probably did want him, and he was the first to pop his balloon.
And he had to look at her like, come on, like, please change your mind. I'm like, God damn. How hungry are you? I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, just start it up again.
And we did get one right here. If we can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
My name is Demetrius, and I'm 36. And I agree. Just the energy. I'm a connection feel type of person, and I'm just not feeling that. Simple as that.
Okay, understandable.
But I do love the hair. You're absolutely gorgeous. It's natural. I love that for sure.
Thank you.
All right. Now, if he were someone that was to approach you, is that you would go for?
Yes, it's unfortunate that you popped your balloon.
Okay. All right, let's head on back this way. So we do still have quite a few unpopped balloons.
Okay.
So I'm going to switch it on over to you, and I'm going to have you pop two guys' balloons just based off of, what you're seeing, maybe it's the outfit hair, whatever it is. I'm going to go ahead and switch it on over to you. So I'll have you hold that. And then you'll pop the two. And then once you pop them, I'll go ahead and ask you what it was about them that you popped.
Okay.
Okay. And then one more. Okay. Let's go this way. I'll have you stand right there. Okay. If we can have your name and age.
James with James Gourmet Pies, 37.
Okay. And James, you did have your balloon unpopped. Why?
Again, I'm here to hear everybody out. I don't want to do surface level dating. See what you got to offer, what you got to say.
Oh. Okay. So if you saw her out, is she someone that you would approach?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
I love the hair. So the hair would be the initial, conversation starter.
Mhm.
And then after that, I would hear what you have to say. And if it matched up, then what you doing later?
Okay. And now, why did we end up popping James' balloon?
It was simply the height. That was it.
Okay. Got it. All right. Thank you. And let's go to our other balloon that you ended up popping. If we can have your name and age.
My name is Brian. I'm 40.
Okay. And Brian, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I love that she has standards when she asked who has kids and how many baby mamas and things like that. I love a woman with standards, and that's what I saw.
Okay. Got it. And now, I know you told him about the height. I'm guessing, is that the same thing happening here?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You don't like short men?
Not particularly.
Okay.
That's just my preference.
No problem. You definitely have a
Stop it,
preference.
David. Stop it right there. Stop it, please. All right. So listen, my man was all the guy last time. He saw the big one, right? And he was all diplomatic. He didn't say something that she could change if she wanted. She was, but he had a nice answer. This chick said, but you too fucking short, man. No, you're short. That's my preference, and she ain't gonna get fired from her job. If the guy would have told the big girl, man, you a big back, he would be fired. They'd be calling this house, they'd be doxing him and shit. He said, well, you a big one, and that's my preference. He'd be finished. He would be finished. It's just so fucked up. She just looked at him, she looked down at the guy. Now, I don't blame her for her preference. Of course. She wants somebody a little taller. She's a nice sized chick, so I can dig it. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out. She'd have no hesitation telling you just a short motherfucker. I don't know.
Pain, I hate to say this. You cannot be talking about it because you tall Lost in Translation tour. Y'all know y'all don't have no height issue, so you understand the difference with height. Height draw attention. So don't tell me back in your day, all the short lady were coming after you like, I want to climb that tree. You know that
No,
you
that's
didn't
not the
have no
point I'm
problem.
making. That's not the point I'm making. I'm just saying how easy it was for her to just tell this guy for something he can't change unless he has a back-breaking surgery to lengthen it. She said, "You just too short." But a man who looks at a big chick, even if she's nice, and say, "Listen, you know what? You're just too big." He couldn't even say that. He could be real respectful. He says it because of her weight. He would be he'd be canceled big time. He had to come out he had to make up some flowery stories. That's why I gave my man standing on his own 2 feet. He stood on his feet. He had a nice thing for it. I'm gonna let her down nicely, but I'm not gonna say it's her weight. And even though we
Fine.
all knew what it was.
But you know that most guys out there on these shows are not bodybuilders. So they're not lifting these type of heavyweight, so to say. They're not like Trey. They ain't Trey like who be in the gym every day.
Yeah, that ain't because they can't lift them. It's not because they can't pick them up, man. Jesus Christ.
It's just as superficial as it can be. At the end of the day, it comes down to there's this overwhelming need for women to feel safe, and for whatever reason, a lot of women think that men who are taller are safer for some reason.
Right.
That they can protect them better because they're taller. When in actuality, if you look at some of the greatest fighters, the MMA fighters, some of the greatest boxers, a lot of them are under 6 feet tall.
Facts.
So when we want to talk about really who can protect you, you might want to get the 5'8" dude that wrestled in college.
Bingo. Bingo.
It's true. It is absolutely.
Don't be like Rick Ford bodyguard who got his butt kicked in Canada.
I saw that. Anybody else? I mean, I just wanted to kind of point that contrast with her preference, and she's so easily for her to say it. And there's nothing wrong with her doing that. But a man doesn't have that grace.
Can I say this, Arpain?
Yeah.
Here's something also that you have to notice. If this were on the other shoe, say for instance, I'm on the show, and the last group of women, and the last chick, I said, listen, I'm popping your balloon because you too big for me. I guarantee you would have heard pop, 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 pop.
Okay.
All the other women. When this is happening with the men, this is what we talk when we say we don't band together. Because what should have happened is when she started saying, well, he's too short, all the other men should have been like, oh no, she's superficial. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
But instead, they're looking at her like, nah, I'll still fold her. Hey, I'm tall enough. I'm good. I'm tall enough. That's
I'm good. You know what? You on your own, man. You on your own. God damn it.
but that's another thing to your point, Arpain. Think about that for a second. If you said we sat there and said, if I would have said no, you too big, I promise you, it'll sound like gunfire in there. Pop balloons everywhere. But the men, we don't look out for each other. Because I would have popped my balloon. If she would have said, well, it's his height, I would have just popped my balloon. And when they would have came to me, I would have said, well, she's clearly superficial. She didn't even give the man a chance.
Yeah, I hear you. You know what, man? But yeah, man, men ain't wired that way. Shit, not if she look good too. Hell with that. You know what? You on your own, buddy. That's funny. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Thank you. Okay, let's this way. Do have 4 guys left. I'm gonna go ahead and have you ask these guys a question, just kind of help you narrow it down, see who's more your match.
How do you manage stress and conflict?
Got it. How do you manage stress and conflict? Okay. Start with our first guy here. We can have your name and age and the answer to your question.
Okay. My name is Eric. I am 38 years old. I do have a generally stressful job, but I'm easygoing by default. So I try not to, things don't stress me out that much. But I'm a dog trainer, and I'm dealing with stressful situations. I do have a level head by default, so I think that I don't often feel very stressed out to begin with. I love music, so every morning I wake up, I play music. I start my day with some Andy Grammer, some Burna Boy, and I'm always, you know what I mean? It puts me in a good mood, and then I'm just good for the rest of the day.
How about conflict?
I do like to have like some time between arguments, like 12 hours or so, just to think through it. I don't want to say things. I try not to. I don't remember the last time I've called anyone out of their name. You know what I mean? So I like to give some space in between. Some people like to solve the problems immediately.
Mhm.
I like to think through it. If I'm wrong, I will come and tell you that I'm sorry and keep it simple that way.
12 hours?
Just have a day. I have stuff to do. You have stuff to do. We shouldn't be sitting there going back and forth in text messages, you know? So if it feels like it's going to be stressful, take a break and then come back to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If we can have your name and age and then the answer to her question.
Priest, I'm 33. As far as stress, I don't got stress in my life. But if I do have stress, that's when I go to the Bible and read it, because keeping God first, I'm thankful to be alive and breathing. There's people out here going through things worse than me.
Mhm.
As far as conflict, I ain't gonna go back and forth with you. I'm do a comedy show and then I'm a comedian by default, so I'm gonna just talk shit about you on stage. Yeah. Yeah. Handle conflict. So that's why I don't have any conflict with anybody I talk to. Turn that shit into art, because comedy is my full-time job.
So does that mean that you're maybe avoiding things if you always make a joke out of it?
Gotta avoid it, man. I ain't got time to be going back and forth. And that interfere with my job, and then it interfere with my performance and money.
Question.
My name is Red. I'm 30.
Wait, stop it for a second there.
Years old.
Black David, stop it, because I think we're
Answer to
skipping.
the question.
Can you, Black David, can you stop it?
I can't. I'll always go to God. He's a counselor. He's your best friend. I heard somebody say before that their mom was their first love, but he's my first love. Always taught me about Jesus Christ, and so that's how I handle my stress and how I handle conflict. I love to communicate because I feel like it's important. I care.
My video ain't working good for me.
I don't know what's in there. I can put past experiences in that, or I could actually ask you and you can tell me. Also, if we are arguing and I realize that the conversation is not really going that well, we could take a minute. It's not going to be 12 hours. It's not. I'm going to try to get back as quickly as possible because I don't want the demons setting in. I'm going to go. I'm going to pray. And that prayer don't have to be that long. God, give me the grace to be able to do this. But I want to get it resolved so we can get back to loving each other and enjoying our lives.
What is your communication style?
What do you mean?
What is your communication style?
Conversational. That's my interpretation of your question. Conversational. I'm not here to argue, fuss, and fight. Can I raise my voice? Yes. Do I like to raise my voice, and do I try my best not to? Absolutely. We're not each other's enemies.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it as more of, if we have an issue, I don't mean to sound too spiritual, but I feel like that's the devil trying to come in and mess up what we got going on. My foot on his neck, not my neck. So more so conversational and work it out.
Okay.
No problem. We're cool. We're cool. Don't worry about it. Let's.
What? Okay.
It's good. I mean,
One
you
more
can,
over here. We can have your name and age and the answer to her question.
All right, my name's Ernesto. I'm 31 years old. And to answer your question about stress, I have a gym routine that I have every morning. I go to the gym, my dog, talking to my partner, and through what I do, like modeling, and also through barbering, it relieves my stress because you're focused on one thing. So, and as far as conflict goes between relationships, you just gotta talk to each other face to face, not over the phone, not text. Go in and talk it out, even if it gets a little dicey, not too crazy, a little dicey, talk it out, and then move on and go from there. So,
okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we had 4 great responses. I'm going to go ahead and have you pop 2 of these guys' balloons based off of what you've heard.
Can you hold it for a second? Can you hold it for a second there? Hold it for a second. Yeah. All right. Listen, before we go on, which 2 guys do you think she's going to pop?
The comedian for one, and I'm going to say the first guy. The first 2 guys.
And how about you, Corey? You still there?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the first 2.
All right, I know who it is, but okay, let's go.
I'll be on. You have Mufasa number 1, and Corey Hager number 2. No, not you, Corey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who that comedian who like to roast people? He sounds just like the way he is.
All right, so who's in the back? Okay, who else wants to go? Who else wants to say? I don't see who's up there. Corey's up
There's
there. You
nobody
guys
else.
okay.
All right, let's
All right, so we got 1 and 2. All right, let's go.
Okay, and then one more. All right, let's start with.
We got a winner. We got a winner.
Well, for one, the first dude never answered the question. And then when he finally got around to answering the question, he had already been talking for 5 minutes. This is modern women. You gotta get direct to the point. They don't have a long attention span. Number 2 was a clown. I think he's just there to promote that he's a comedian, just like old boy at the end was there to promote his pies. So some of these guys realized the opportunity to promote themselves and show he was already gone. And they're not giving answers. The question is how do you handle stress and conflict? The last guy with the black and white shirt is the only one who gave an actual answer. Say, hey, look, I go to the gym, I have a gym routine, I do this, I do that. That keeps my stress levels down. Okay, cool. So we know when he's going to the gym, much like me, this is therapeutic. I ain't there to get big and swole. I'm not a bodybuilder. This is therapeutic. This is put my headphones on and zone the world out for an hour, right? So I can be sane for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? So he's the only one that gave an answer. But I just saw them first two. Listen, women want to know that if the shit goes left, that you as a man, you're going to take charge. So when she asked the gentleman, what's your communication style? What she's really looking for is to say, well, sometimes I might have to put you where you need to be. You may be wrong. And I'm about to tell you, you're wrong. My communication style is fair. My communication style is observant, or I listen to you. I will hear you out. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm going to call you out. And furthermore, if I'm wrong, I will listen to you and I will correct. None of these guys really gave any good answers other than the last guy.
Okay, let's roll.
With him, why'd you end up popping Eric's balloon?
Just the response. I just wasn't really feeling the response about the stress and the conflict. That's it.
What about it though? The response, like specifically.
Gives it 12 hours or 3 off.
Yeah, 12 hours. You really need 12 hours to cool off and not talk to your partner.
It's not about cooling off.
It is though. If you need 12 hours, it is about cooling off and having to really think about to me.
Right.
You have to think too hard. I can understand maybe like an hour or two, or just how to just control your emotions while we're in the moment.
Right.
Because we get into a heated argument and you're supposed to be like the one for me, like hopefully my husband.
Mm-hmm.
You're not about to call off for 12 hours. We're about to talk about it right now.
Yeah, I don't like that. So
okay,
that's fine.
Thank you.
Right, he ended up popping his. Why did we pop his balloon?
Pause it. Aspect. You said you're going to go on
Somebody wanna
stage
pause
and
it?
make a
You wanna
joke out of
pause
it?
Yeah, pause it for a second. Yeah, somebody
It's
else, you,
hard.
Corey?
Yeah, that was me. The first
Take
guy was
topic.
12 hours because he wants to call his mama. He needs counseling. He just comes across as a mama's boy. He's real soft spoken. He's very unsure of himself. What man needs 12 hours?
Here's the thing, RP. I don't have a problem with the 12 hours. I think what he failed to do is communicate what you're going to be doing within those 12 hours. Right. That's the problem. He left it up for her interpretation, and her interpretation just led her down a path of, well, what are you going to be doing for 12 hours if you're not talking to me? Which is why she said, we're going to talk about this right now. What he should have said is, okay, maybe not 12 hours, but we're definitely going to take some space.
Yeah. Well, he blew it. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So
I have to agree with the law to translate. You want to windmill in peace. I have to agree on that one. I was like, I think, you know what? That makes sense. 12 hours. I think not a time to windmill in peace.
Windmilling. Okay, let's roll it.
Thank you.
All right. He ended up popping his. Why did we pop his balloon?
The comedy aspect. Then you say you're going to go on stage and make a joke out of it?
Hey, turn it into art. And money take you shopping.
Oh, Jesus
We're
Christ.
talking about the
He's
conflicts.
he's also not funny.
No, he's not.
No, just talk about the conflicts while we shopping. You look like
Or-
Jordan Sparks, though.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yeah, he said, I don't got nothing else to say to you, man. You know, Jesus Christ. Let's keep. We're not.
with this guy?
Let's keep going, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Fellas, do we have a question for her?
I have a question.
Okay, let's start here.
I noticed you did not pop my balloon when I talked about God, so I wanted to ask you, what's your relationship like with Jesus Christ, if you don't mind sharing?
Yes, so my relationship with God is very, very important. I'm just still working to have a better relationship with Him. As an adult, I'm hoping to get rebaptized at the end of the year and find a church home as an adult. Having God and Jesus Christ in the center of your marriage is very, very important. So I would say that I have a great relationship with God, and it's all about having a personal relationship and not just hooting and hollering in the pulpit every Sunday. It's Sunday through Sunday, your personal relationship with God. So that's why I did not pop your balloon.
Pause it.
Thank you.
Can we pause this?
Yeah, okay. Go
Okay,
ahead, Court.
wait. No, is she a born again virgin?
Well, you know, I mean,
is that a born again virgin? I just got to ask the question.
she ain't say she had to be a born again virgin. She's just wants
Well,
to
you
go.
know, I mean,
You see
she's
what
just
Lawson
screaming
doing right
like
now in the
she's
chat?
been out there as a professional dater, you know, and now she wants to be a wife.
Okay.
You see what Lawson doing right now?
The real answer is I didn't pop your balloon because I could only pop two. And you weren't as bad as the other two. That's the real answer.
Yeah, there you
go.
Hold on.
Okay.
Look what Lawson's saying. Try to get me to asking real questions. And look what White Podcast saying. No, that's Gospel Gambino. Like, you serious?
Okay. You know, and listen, I think they made some kind of little bit of connection there, you know. And so we'll see what she says to the last guy.
Okay.
If she don't pick him, she didn't pick God.
Yeah, sure.
We have a question down here.
Okay, so I know that you write children's books. I think that's very cool. What got you started in writing children's books?
It was a personal experience. So the title of my children's book is Why Do You Talk So Proper? So I'm sure you can
Relate.
or can figure out what it's about.
Mhm.
So it was all about personal experience. And then when I was doing my research, there wasn't a book that existed about that specific topic, catering towards Black children from the experience of a Black person. So that's why I wrote my children's book.
That's very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, girl. Time to pop one of their balloon.
Can
So
we
who you
pause
think she
this
gonna
for a
pick?
second?
No. Let's finish out, man.
Okay.
No.
Go
Who you
ahead.
think she's gonna pick? Let's make a gamble.
Oh, okay, let's do that. Is that what you? Yeah, okay, we do that. Let's think. Who do you think she's gonna pick?
She's gonna pop number 3's balloon. She
Corey,
don't love God.
All right. All right. So Corey, what were you gonna say, Corey? What were you gonna say?
Well, first of all, I agree with Trey. Number 3 is out. You know, the guy with the black and white shirt. But secondly, can I just point out the actual fact that the one guy she wanted was the first guy that popped the balloon?
Pretty much.
That's why I was saying, is she a born again virgin? Because she went to the guy with the most swag in the room. In my book. I mean, that's the one she lamented over. The rest of the guys don't seem like they had it going. I mean, she stood there and gazed at that man for quite some time.
She
I mean, you know, even Black David says she looked thirsty, like she wanted to eat him up. And it's, I mean, and so that's why I had to say, is she a born again virgin? Because what she wants was the guy that had all the swag, and now she's
Oh,
she going for the
Trey,
cleanup guy is what she's looking for.
Trey, you put that money on your choice. It seems like the chat is speaking up. Like, yeah,
No,
she's
no,
opting
he's
for choice.
let's say he's putting his money on Trey being picked. That's what that shit means.
Hey, lost. The problem is I would have been out because I would have popped my balloon when she started going in on the short dudes. I'd have been like, oh no, I'm good. I'm out.
All right. Let's okay,
Oh
so
man, really, really? Oh wow.
let's see who she's gonna pick. All right.
Okay, let's see.
May I ask another question?
Okay, let's do that.
What the?
How do holidays look like in the future with your family?
I love that question.
Mm-hmm.
Holidays in the future of my family, to my lady, my parents. Do we want to do our own thing? That's just a conversation because it's about us and whatever makes us happy. I've had so many years already with my parents, and man's supposed to find his wife, he's supposed to do his thing, leave his father and mother, cleave to his wife. I'm all about that life, so get me going.
What's your favorite holiday?
Oh wow. I would say my favorite holiday is Christmas because I love to see other people receive gifts. The last Christmas, me and my brothers, we decided to not give each other anything, but put all that back into our parents and then to our nieces and the memories for them.
How many siblings do you have?
I have a lot. I have 5 brothers.
Okay.
I have 2 sisters, so it's 8 of us.
Where
and I
you-
got some.
where you from?
I'm from Texas.
What part of Texas?
I'm from the Austin area, but I live in San Antonio.
Okay, thank you.
All right. What was your question again?
How do you envision spending your holidays with your future family?
Oh well, I have a very big family right now.
Okay.
I'm mixed race, Mexican, Black. So we have a lot of get-togethers, and I love to take my future wife, my girl, to those get-togethers, and maybe go there with them one holiday, and then we'll do getaway, me and my lady, for another holiday, and just mix it up, however you feel comfortable, if you want to go with them, or we can just hang out with each other, but definitely together for sure.
What's your favorite holiday?
Honestly, Thanksgiving. You don't really buy.
You a kid?
Well, yeah, my mom and my dad is. Si te quiero llevar para una cita cuando se te antoja.
You speak no. I'm interested. I would love to pick up a second language. So that's why I was asking how fluent you were, or where are you from?
Well, I grew up out here in the Valley, but I was born in Illinois. But I moved out here when I was like 11.
Skipping.
So I'm from I'm a Valley boy. So
Yeah, y'all got
Sure.
I would love to hear your answer to handle stress.
How I handle my play between work, entrepreneurship, family, and it wouldn't be until the last minute, like, oh my gosh, my body is trying to tell me that I am stressed. So over the past year, I have learned to manage my stress more open communication, taking walks, and just trying to what is
Is it just me or pain, or is
No,
it
it's freezing
glitching?
up. It's glitching big time. I thought it was just me too, but there's nothing we could do about it. It's glitching big time now. It's gotten worse.
You want to just summarize it? Because I don't think it's gonna get better.
Yeah, we could stop and maybe start it up again. I mean, not start it, but just pause it and start it again. Maybe we'll catch up. I don't know. Click on the, but it's just pretty much stopped right now. It's not even moving anywhere. All right, so yeah, we can. Yeah, let me start it from the beginning. I can summarize what happened because I know what happened. And then I have a couple of questions anyway. What you trying to do, Black Dave? Are you at the controls?
Yeah, I'm trying to put it back because I got kicked out of the room because I know I'm having some glitch in the show working from the laptop. So I hear people saying, "No, I don't have a Fisher Price laptop." Okay.
It's an Atari. It's a Atari or something, whatever the hell it is.
Nah. It's the fact that this laptop don't have a third-party video card. That's one of the main issue, which I understand. So I'm trying to manage what I can.
Let's see what happens if you start it. Let's see what goes on. I don't think it's any better, man. But now we can't hear him. We can't hear it. Well,
Can't hear it?
No. Anybody can hear it? I can't hear it.
I can't. I
Give me a
couldn't hear.
second. Let me
We
let
could
me do
just.
it again.
I mean, it's no rush, but go ahead.
No, like I tell you, during your change your setting, so the audio.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I'm sorry. Where do you live? Where are you from?
Well, I grew up out here in the Valley, but I was born in Illinois. But I moved out here when I was a kid, so I think I was like 11. So I'm from the Valley. I'm a Valley boy. So yeah.
All right.
Okay, you got a tough decision. Yeah, y'all got questions
Sure.
today.
I would love to hear your answer to how you handle stress and conflict.
How I handle stress. Up until recently, I wouldn't realize I was stressed. I would have so many things on my plate between work, entrepreneurship, family, and then it wouldn't be until the last minute, like, oh my gosh, my body is trying to tell me that I am stressed. So I want to say over the past year, I have learned to manage my stress a little bit more by having open communication, taking walks, and just trying to figure out what is stressing me out. Like, what do I need to take off of my plate in order to not be so stressed? How I handle conflict. I would say what I also have learned recently is ask questions right away when it comes to conflict, whether it's with your loved ones, your family, or even your friends before it's too bad, because I have bottled up things in the past, but I have recently learned that that is not healthy and that's not serving either relationship, no matter what the relationship may be. So now I'm just a little bit more forthcoming with questions and just, asking whatever it may be that's bothering me or what I need to know the answer to.
I love it.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna have you now pop one of their balloons. Yeah, I know it's tough.
Yes, it is. This is a great lineup. Okay.
Okay, why did we end up popping it?
Nothing like really in particular. I just had to make a decision. I really loved your answers, and I really like that you're fluent in Spanish.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, gracias.
De nada. De nada.
All right. Okay, let me have you come on up here. Come on up. All right, y'all. So I have one final question. If there's no other questions between the two of you. Okay.
How do you define success?
I define success as doing what God wants you to do, because my role models are in the Bible, and a lot of them didn't have money. A lot of them forsook their families just to preach the gospel and follow the calling that God had on their life. My version of success is being in God's perfect will. So that's my version of success. It's not about how much money we have, although I make money and I provide, but just being the man that God created me to be. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that, I heard you say you were working on your relationship with God. So it's to continue working on it, working out that salvation with fear and trembling all the days of your life. We're not going to be perfect, but we can get as close to God as possible before we finally see him on that last day.
So is it going to be a yes for you for her?
It's going to be absolutely. Yeah.
And is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
We got a match. All right, I'll go ahead and take this mic. And
All right, so listen. Okay, first, let me just say that before we go around, I got a couple of questions. One, I think she's a cutie. I thought she was a cutie. Two, I'm surprised nobody asked her whether she had children or not. I must have missed that, because I don't see how that could not be on the list. So, so maybe guys don't care about that shit anymore. I don't know, but that would have been on the list. The other thing, and we can go around Robin, what do you guys think about this show? I mean, besides sometimes there's a lot of buffoonery on some of them, but, I purposely chose some that was kind of tame. What are your guys' overall impression? We can just go around the horn on this one.
I love it. I think it exposes it's not even complexities. I think it exposes the ignorance that is modern dating. A lot of it, this is a lot of modern dating. Again, also great questions, Arpain. I put a few questions in the chat that they should have asked, that they didn't ask. But that is a very good question. Do you have any kids? I think this was a prime example of they had an attractive woman standing in front of them, and they forget to ask real questions, except for the Bible thumper. He was the only one that asked questions. But I'm gonna tell you right now, that Bible thumper gonna get old to her eventually. You can't have that conversation every time something go on. Women ain't gonna want to hear that. They're not gonna want to hear it. I don't care how sanctified they may be. Eventually, that's gonna get old to them. So that's not gonna work out. I don't see that going very far. But I think the show is great because it shows what it's like to date in the modern world, and a lot of times it is this. It's almost ridiculous at times. It is what it is.
All right, Corey, you got something, and then we go to you, Black David. Corey, what you got?
Well, first of all, I still think she wanted the guy in the brown leather jacket.
Okay.
She is not into short guys at all, even though she's wearing 1/2 foot high shoes. It's just ironic. But anyway, I still think she's a born again virgin. I really do. Because there's this underlying freak, because some of the biggest freaks I've ever seen go to church. I'm just going to say it like it is. They're flat out freaky. It's scary.
Well, so let me ask you, what makes you think that she's like? So I mean, listen, let's just say she has some lovers, but why do you think she? So you think she was just an outright whore or something like that, and she's
No. It just the fact that the first man she wanted was the first guy that left the room, pretty much.
Okay.
And she's the only guy on there she lamented over. I mean, she had to take a deep breath and a long exhale because visually, that's the one she wanted. She wanted him to be Mr. Right. And then she had to go after the cleanup guy afterwards.
Okay.
And the other thing that really stuck out to me, whoever she gets with is going to have to be a freaking Superman, because she already said she can't deal with stress. She thinks of herself at the very last. Okay, now that's a mess. I got to tell you, she don't have balance. If you walk around stressed out all day long, and then you finally try to detox at the end of the very last 2 hours of the night, nobody in your life is going to have peace, because she don't. I'm just going to say it. Nobody. She don't have peace. I mean, how is she going to give other people peace?
Okay.
Corey, She
Yes, sir.
told on herself when she said about that because the guy who popped the balloon first, he wanted him for her stress reliever.
Oh yeah, yeah. We know what it is.
What
We know
what
what it is.
what
That's
what
why I say.
what
That's why I say freaky, because she wanted the brother that
what
could lay it down, and she knew it.
what woman does have peace?
Good question.
Well, like
I
David's
mean, I
right.
mean, I mean, I mean,
She's
I mean,
looking for.
you're asking her to give something that most women don't have.
That's true, man. I swear to God.
Hey,
And what she
I
wanted,
was.
she wanted a Pete Breaker, which was the dude
Yeah.
who popped the balloon first.
Well, you guys, I got to tell you, I was married to a woman for 27 years that operated the same way. The only way she could de-stress is I had to do it for her.
Bingo.
That's most women.
No. Some are worse. Trust me. Some are
Well, okay,
worse.
okay. So Corey, let me. You know, I hear you, but let's get off the first guy. You know, he popped the balloon. Blah, blah, blah. And it's just a whole show.
Yeah,
Go
right?
over.
You hear it, Trey?
Wait a second. Listen, I mean, I could just go anecdotal myself, man. My wife used to be stressed out. I had to make her quit a job because she used to shout. Because you know why? It wasn't even for her. I said, she was driving me crazy, goddamn it. You quit that fucking job and come home. I'll take care of everything, man. Because she was, they were stressing her out. I couldn't fix that. So I said, get the hell out. And with her, it wasn't like she was fighting me back. She was looking for me to calm that chaos down. And it wasn't, we didn't have that conversation like that. It's just something I knew if I wanted peace in my house, I had to get this chick, man, on the straight and narrow. So I worked on it. It wasn't hard. I said, listen, sit down here. Just let's breathe together for a second. What's your problem? Well, this ain't that bad. Let me just tell you what we need to do. But when it was time for her to quit her job, man, I said, listen. And she waited a couple of weeks. I said, you got to get the hell out of that job. But, we have, the money. I said, listen, I'm telling you, you're going to have to trust me. I'm going to find a way to make sure we don't lose no status in life. To just get the hell out of here. You're driving me crazy, goddammit. And that's what it was.
And our pain. That's why one of the questions one of the guys should ask is, what are you willing to sacrifice to get this family? Because you want this family, you want to get married, but what are you willing to sacrifice? Because you're talking about work, you're talking about entrepreneurship, you're talking about all these things. You got to give something up because you're not about to drive me crazy.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah. So
But
anyway,
our pain.
yes, sir.
Your lady is old school.
No, man, nothing to do.
Hold on. Hear me out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
You have an old school classical lady with you are good. This lady is modern. The only way she can relieve her stress, she want that bad boy look that turned her down first to be her stress reliever. Because I had to agree with Trey. Trey say in the chat, she's a fake ass Christian, right?
Okay, I can see
No,
that.
I wasn't talking about her. I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about him.
Yeah, she
Oh.
didn't like it too.
I was talking about him when he said his favorite holiday was Christmas, which would make that make sense. If you're a Christian, how was your favorite holiday? The day that he wasn't born on the 25th. You know what? Forget it.
Yeah, but even though that was the case,
man. Her chaos.
she said she have a personal relationship with God, but the way she was drooling, taking a deep swallow,
She's
she was
not blind. Hold on.
Yeah.
Get off of it. Get off of it. She's not blind. She was attracted to the man. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong. I'm not arguing about that. But she wanted that bad boy in her life, so in case she gets stressed out.
No, man.
And she gonna get him after the show. She gonna slide him the number, and they can go out. And she can learn. And she can learn that bad boys bring more chaos and they don't bring peace. Fine.
Like David,
It is
like
what
David,
it is.
The other two guys are in denial. Okay, she was thirsting after the gentleman in the brown leather jacket.
But it's
and
irrelevant.
They just don't
You
want.
guys
They don't want to
keep
admit
bringing
it.
up an
They don't want
irrelevant
to
point.
admit it.
It's irrelevant to the conversation.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah,
keep bringing the
because you
same
say
point
it's
up over and
irrelevant.
over
Come
over again.
on.
We got it. She wanted the first guy. We got it. Now let's move on.
Just so
Pain,
funny,
can
man.
you answer that question?
Yeah.
This is a lady I'm talking about. See what the lady talking about in the chat. Have you ever been?
Okay, who's that meant for?
See, I was right. I was right. That's what she was thinking. Because that's what she's thinking. Okay, then. Trey, don't hurt yourself. That look at your face, you were like, what the?
Hey, listen, man, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, she might have wanted the first guy, but she had no issue about moving on.
Well,
She-
they never do.
Yeah,
They
but
move
she-
on real fast. At the end of the day, they still need that what do you call that? Sexual healing.
So you
You know
guys,
what?
so
Shout out to BMU. We need a merch saying this question: have you been swallowed? That'd be a new merch going forward.
And who's wearing that shirt?
yeah, I swear, who is
The
wearing that shit?
ladies.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure we clarify that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, what you talking about?
You had me walking around with a shirt asking, "Have you ever been swallowed?" That's crazy.
Oh,
Trey,
I gotta get
can
back
I,
to
no, hold on, Trey. I'm sorry. Can I have you wearing that shirt in the gym? Because they will kick you out of the gym.
Nobody's wearing that shirt, okay? Hey,
No.
Wife School Podcast, we want to see you put that shit on. How about that? You put it on, Wife School Pod, that shirt. Yeah. Anyway, how you doing anyway? Well, I don't even know what that hardly means. Anyway, okay. All right. So listen, I like the show, and it was an easy comeback. I have something else more. I wanted to keep it kind of light. And I would like to see a reunion show that has some couples who went past just dating. It'd be nice to see it. I don't think she has some reunion shows, but they need, they all talk about how they just really didn't connect. Some of them leave the stage and never even go on a date. A lot of them do. So it'd be nice to see if they ever made a relationship out of it. What's that?
I'll give you the head up. The first clip that we showed, there's a update on that particular video of that guy picking that girl. You might have to look it up and see for
Which
yourself.
one? Which one you talking about?
The first guy, bald-headed dude, who picked that nice, smaller chick.
From which show? You mean
the one the first clip I
yeah,
showed, yeah. Did an update concerning that situation. You might want to really check for yourself before we do the next show.
Why are you holding us in suspense? What's the update?
Yeah, what's the update? What's the
But
update?
I found out homegirl was a former OF/stripper. Also found out that he moved her in after first dating her whatsoever.
Oh God.
This the one who likes the video games?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
They came back. He quote unquote don't want to let her go, but they want her in his life, so to speak. So it kind of like little.
So it seems like it's working out.
Not
You giving us mixed message. Is it working out or not?
No. There was a fallout when they came to do an update. What she did not tell the host that she's actually living with him. She moved in with the dude less than 1 month.
Between them, is it? Are they? What the issue is? Are they
Issue
getting
is
along?
he having an issue with her OF background /stripping. He
And
cannot get over it.
did he know it before he moved her in?
He found out afterward. After he got sprung.
So kick her out.
He didn't want to kick her out. He enjoying it.
Yeah, I know why you don't want to kick her out. I seen them yams too. I know why you don't want to kick her out.
That's your cousin. That's your cousin, Trey. Don't get them messed up.
Then he doesn't really have a problem.
He ain't in my family because her shit would have been at the end of the driveway. I don't deal with OnlyFans or strippers or sex workers at all. Her shit would have been at the end of the driveway.
But she said she was an OnlyFans, but she don't do it no more. She did have the account. I was
Don't matter.
Yeah, Black David. If he moved her in his house and he didn't get those kind of questions answered, he's an idiot.
Lodge caught it out. It's the yamage. That would lock him down. You should have let her go.
Yeah, well, then he shouldn't. I don't even see why he brought it up. Why did he even bring it up?
She brought it up why he have a conflict and caught it out. And he said, I got over it, but you're like, no, you did not get over it. You did have a problem with it because somehow you give me the vibe like this thing, but in my head, you did not delete the account. You do have the account. So what are you hold on the account for? For a backup, just in case your plan A,
Ooh.
plan B doesn't work?
Somebody needs to show him the Joe Smith story. That's what somebody needs to do.
Bingo.
They ain't showing the Joe
Bingo.
Smith story. He married a prawn star and thought that she was going to change. And as soon as times got hard, she went right back to what she knows.
Yeah.
That's why she hasn't gotten rid
Bingo.
of. That's why she hasn't got rid of the channel yet. She
Mhm.
hasn't got rid of the page yet because she may need to go back to the OF at some point in time. And now she actually has a little bit of notoriety because people know who she was because she was on a dating show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She ain't giving that up. And he's the modern. He's like the modern simp guy, man. He doesn't know how to walk away. He does not. I mean, that's it. I mean, how you gonna move a woman in your house and you don't know what you know about?
According to laws,
No,
yeah.
that's we know it's the yamage, but that's the problem.
What modern man can give up all that yamage?
A man who's not going to be broke. A man who's
I can.
Besides
Yeah,
Trey.
I
Besides
can't.
Trey.
Listen, man, that's the point. That's what you call the evolution of man. Men who can give up the goddamn yamage. That's what we need, more men who can do that shit. You know, every time I get in these conversations with people, I'm gonna say this one more time. And here's a scenario. If you're with a woman, right? You've been covered in the wait a minute, Black David, put that shit down. Wait. Listen, if you're covered in a woman, right? And you finally get a chance to have sex with her. So you're in the cut. You're getting ready to get in the cut. You're being responsible. You put on a rubber. And she says, wait a minute. I want you to take that off because I want to feel it raw. And you've been waiting for this shit. What percentage of men are gonna say, okay, honey, we ain't having sex tonight. I'm gonna call you an Uber or I'm going home. Give me a percentage of men who are gonna do that. Come on. What you raising your hand for? Just give me a percentage.
0.001.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. And it doesn't matter whether the man is rich, famous, all that, because we got so many receipts of men who give up everything for some bomb. You know, it's not even an argument, right? So women have they own the marketplace because very few men will get up and go. And that's why when I said that stupid thing that BMU won't let me forget, you know, that the toughest thing a man had to do is turn some shit like that down. I mean, that's just true, you know. And so, I mean, we could weigh that shit to almost anything else you have to turn down in life. That's one of the toughest things you have to do, especially when you're looking at it and it's steaming and begging you to come there. Oh man, shit.
But R-Pain, can I point something out to you?
Yeah.
In this modern day, this modern time, you have to now ask women, did you have an OnlyFans page or were you a sex worker? I want you to think about that. Now that's not something years ago. But now that's something you have to ask a woman now. Hey, have you ever dabbled in sex work? Because it's becoming so acceptable now with the men. I ain't talking about the women, excuse me, but with the men, it's becoming so acceptable now that because she dated someone before who didn't have a problem with it, she would make the assumption that the next man won't have a problem with it at all.
Right.
And so you have to ask these legitimate questions now about her sexual past, because if you're trying to go somewhere, trying to get somewhere in life, it could affect you in the future. Could you imagine being heralded to be in line maybe to be the next CEO or the next owner or the next senator, next congressman, and then they go look up your wife and find out she's spreading it, you know, showing her booty hole for $4.99 15 years ago?
Trey,
Before you go, Black
Trey,
David, hold on, man. Hold on for a second. Before you go, I'm gonna just say this. The progression of things was we used to ask women were they virgins. Then we asked them how many bodies you have. Now we're all the way to were you a sex worker?
Are you selling coochie?
Yeah.
Have you sold coochie?
Golly.
That's what
Go
we're
ahead,
at.
Black David. Go ahead, Black. Go ahead, man.
According to what Trey is saying, the country has lost its standard. The person they want to vote for, his wife have done that and then something, yet they still want to vote for his dumb ass. So we're kind of like, what's the point now? What more do this country have? Not a goddamn thing. So if you can find video of his wife doing girl on boy, full front cover and then some. Oh, that's the first lady. How many banged the first lady before he got her? Really?
All I gotta do is look at my portfolio and go, I'm voting for Trump. That's how it works. I'm gonna look at my portfolio and I'm gonna go, I'm gonna vote for Trump.
Hey man,
him and his prawn star wife. You get my vote, sir.
Yeah. Hey man, but it's funny, man, but here's the thing though, Trey. I think men, unfortunately, I think too many men have become desensitized.
No, you're absolutely right, Arpain. That's really what's happening, is that as we've evolved in the dating world, men are so desensitized. These 90-degree days, I see so many women with these little spandex shorts on and these little spandex tops. Like I'm numb to it now. I'm just used to seeing ass and titties and nipples and camel toes all day. I'm just used to seeing it now. It's not even special. It's not special anymore. So you're absolutely right, Arpain. We become so desensitized to women that there's nothing special about it. There's nothing mysterious about her anymore.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that, because a woman with a side boob is much more sexy now than just having a tits all out.
Facts.
Just having a tits, it's just, you say, oh, at least I got a little
boob with a little back showing.
And I'm sure you see a whole lot more in the gym these days, right, Trey?
Oh, they not wearing no clothes in the gym.
Oh man.
I mean, if they could get away with wearing bikinis in the gym, they would. They absolutely would.
Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. So hey, listen, so that brings us back to the dating show. So no matter where we are sexually in the marketplace, some people are still looking for hookup. I mean, looking for companionship. Maybe not marriage, but they're looking for somebody else. And maybe that's what's going to redefine what we call, getting together. Because marriage just is, in America, in the West, it's just not it, man. It's not some sea change has to happen. And so we were talking about on the gray area last night, and you were there, Trey. They wanted to have like a marriage show, but it has to be different. There has to be people from the Z and maybe millennials talking about what would marriage look like to them in terms of how would they pursue it in light of the way the sexual marketplace is now. I mean, what kind of compromises will you be willing to make? And then, like an old fucking guy like me, I'll finally shut up and just listen to see what they say. And because it'd be interesting, because instead of them looking back, it'd be nice to see how they look forward and talk about, what, I'm never gonna get married. And the more people, maybe that's what they're saying. As long as the laws are the way they are. I did hear they're talking about the Republicans and the conservatives are looking to get rid of no-fault divorce. They're starting to talk about it in the back thing, because I think that has a lot to do with the fact that women could just quit, and just take half your shit, So we'll see. We'll see what the future. I don't know. We'll see what the future is, but it'll be nice to see something like that. So maybe that might be something for the gray area later on, or some of the shows that we have. But definitely has to be women and men, but young folks involved, and see what they say, because I think they have to redefine what it is. They're going to have to redefine what it is, and it's not for baby boomers or even older Gen Xers to do. It's going to be the young people. What the fuck? What does that mean?
Well, unfortunately, it's not going to be based on biblical things or biblical principles. It's not going to be based on the covenant. It's not going to be based on a lot of the things that people in the boomers, the silent generation, the Gen Xers, the reason why you guys got married. It's not going to be a lot of the reasons why a lot of the millennials, and I guess, the youngest Gen Zer would be probably about 12 now. Yeah. So if you were to take them from 18, Gen Zer, from 18 on up, so 18 to about 27, I think 27 is the oldest Gen Zer. If If you ask them about marriage, they're not going to talk about, real things. You
No.
you got a lot of young girls who are talking about, well, I'm getting married because I want to have a party, and they're saying this out loud. I just want to have a party. And that's what they're seeing marriage as. They're seeing marriage as, and this is from having conversations with younger women, they're seeing marriage as, a Disney movie. It's going to be peaches and cream the entire time. I'm going to be happy the entire time. And you have to explain to them that that's not even how relationships work, let alone a marriage. I can imagine a marriage ain't even close to that. But they don't see it that way because everything they see on TV is always hyped up to be the absolute best. And it's nothing's ever wrong. And the only time you really gonna have a problem is when he cheat on you. That's the only time you're gonna have a problem. And y'all ain't gonna fight about money, and you ain't gonna fight about the kids, and you ain't gonna fight about politics, and you ain't gonna fight about like the job, and the only time we gonna have an issue is because he cheated on me. That's it. That's just not realistic. But that's what you're gonna hear, because I'm a millennial. That's what you're gonna hear millennials and Gen Zers say, and it's not gonna be built on anything that was passed down from the silent generation or the boomers or the Gen X on this is why you get married. This is the reason why you get married. Maybe you'll get a few, but I don't make an argument for the minority. I think that's
but Trey, but let me tell you this. If the traditional shit comes in, it can't be from a person like me or somebody who's up, because they'll dismiss it right off back because you're an old motherfucker saying it. So it has to be coming from them up. You know what I'm saying? That's why old guys on for what's in the future, just gotta be quiet for a second and listen and see what nuggets they might pull out that you could pull on. But for the most part, you're right. They're gonna just be talking about something new, something we don't see. Because it's a fact that no matter where we are, men and women still seem to get together and still act like they have some kind of emotional attachment to each other, but they don't want to define it. They don't want to define it or commit to it.
It is defined. It's called situationships now.
Yeah, now it's called situation.
It's called situationships now, which means, in layman's terms, or for one might understand, it means we just having sex. That's really what it means.
That's what it means. That's true. And having babies, and too many of them having babies. Anyway, so hey, listen, we got to do final words because we got another show. What's that? This is Mayhem Monday Mayhem. Right, coming up. We Embrace the Grace. Let's go around the horn. Corey, you got some final words in the back up there?
Yeah, this is a great show. It was really cool to have David in my corner, about the one woman. Looking for stress relief, between the bed sheet stress relief, because that's the only way she can actually de-stress. Because she said clearly she did not know how or even recognize when she was stressed. And I can't fault the one gentleman for picking the girl he did, because we know what Head was thinking. We know what Head was doing all the thinking. I mean, he's just a man,
Hey man, the big girl could probably throw it down too. So
I made a 27-year mistake thinking with the wrong head, so I can't hold that against him.
27 years, yeah, shit, man, that's a long time.
Well, you get locked in, you got responsibilities, but it's still, that little head, when it starts thinking, oh God, there's a war. There's a war going on.
I hear you.
But yeah, Trey, I still think Trey's an agent of chaos. He loves to stir it up, but you gotta love a guy.
Hey, well, Dave, okay, Black Dave, what you got, man?
I would say they were a great show. It's kind of funny. It show you how today modern women pick and choose what kind of man they're looking for in some kind of way, but also show you how women answer questions that men will ask them beforehand. I'm realizing that more and more, like Trey said, when you ask the real question, it can show you if the woman can really answer your question correctly, or if she want to beat around the bush. Same go for the men as well, because you see two men, one of them was a complete clown. Or I'm not gonna problem solve. I'm just gonna use the conflict for comedy. That's unlike Kevin Hart, so to speak. That's what he did. He used his wife to make his fame, then dump her for another woman. Like really? Like okay. But it's what it is. Other than that, it was a great show. And yes, modern women use men for stress relieving when they are quote unquote busy. If you know how to beat the stress out of them, they'll thank you even for more for that. They'll keep you for that owning. I'm sorry, RP. Women are not like women are not built like women not built the same way from your generation. These women are built for one thing only.
Man, women like to
You
have
blow their back out and they listen to you.
Yo, hold on, man. Women back then used to like to have the stress beat out of them too. So let's stop the cap.
Yeah,
But
but not the way these one are going. The way these one going.
no, they just like to have the women today. Probably listen. Let's not go down that path because you guys act like we had a whole bunch of virtuous women. They had women of all kinds back then. We were in the middle of the sexual revolution, man. So stop. Let's not go down there. Was that Trey? Your final thought? Final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, look, I love the balloon show. Like I said, it's the show that that really gets people to see what it's like to actually date in the modern world. And I think this is one of the things that you always say, Arpain, and I agree with you on this thing, that a lot of things haven't changed. You're never going to get men and women to stop thinking with a little head. That's never going to change. It's going to keep happening. So this show is just exploiting and showing that the guys aren't picking the best women for them because no, I'm more attracted to her. And the women are doing the same. They salivating. I'm not disagreeing that woman didn't like the first guy, but that's just the way modern dating goes. We have to understand, because I hear this all the time, like, oh, women, it's not about what men look like to women. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. It doesn't. Bullshit. It doesn't matter what you look like. Women look at you too, and they want to look. They want to see something. They want eye candy too. And so, it's visual for them. That may not be as important as it is to us, but it is important. And I think this show shows that a lot of the times the women are looking at the men based on, because most of them haven't had a chance to say anything. So it is based on what they look like, how they present, how tall they are. Do they have a more of a roughish look, a roughneck look, or are they more refined, more metrosexual? All those things matter. I love this show because it's starting to exploit the things that I think that a lot of younger guys have been saying for a long time. But I think a lot of the older guys didn't necessarily want to listen to us. I think they're starting to see it like, whoa, is this what these dudes got to put up with? Is this what these dudes got to put up with?
And all that puts on the show that's, it's professional as best as it can. But some of the other copycat shows are just all over the place. So she has a method to her madness, which is cool. So it's cool. And listen, so you got anything else, Trey? Is that it?
No, that's good. Great show.
Well, hey, listen.
We got Joshua. Final word, Josh.
Oh, Josh, I didn't see him. Okay, man. He had his final. Corey had his finals. He went first.
Joshua.
I don't have a final thought. I have a question.
Go ahead.
The topic title is perfect match. What the hell does that even mean?
Excuse me.
I mean, your starting point, the starting point of the question is an unknown expectation that I don't think any of you guys can even remotely define.
Okay, hold on for a second. All right, so that's a good question, right? So of course, the title is a catch.
Sure.
I put it. We made it perfect match because the guy found a girl who likes his vice. She likes video games. He likes video games. Well, all other stuff, they have something in common. So and that for some guys that's a big deal. Like a man finding a woman who loves sports, he'll tell you he finds a good thing. The other one is because they both, whether they were capping or not, they both centered their attraction around the fact that they both love the Lord. Right. So if that's the starting point, there's been worse starting points.
Well, it's a horrible starting point. That show has that show has a 1.8% success rate. The Bachelorette at least had a 22% success rate.
No, that's a different. No, you're right. I'm not going to argue that. That's why I said it'd be nice to come back and see if those two relationships actually worked. That we don't know that. But you're right. I didn't say that. Well, most of the people on that show, I can see the 1%. They're not as professional as the Bachelorette or the Bachelor. I mean, come on. The people they put on there vetted much more than this one.
Well, the difference is like the Bachelorette had like a 22% success rate, but the Bachelor had a 4% success rate. So there's clearly like a difference based off of gender. Who is seeking who seems to indicate. I mean, we're just speculating here. But the idea that TV seems to indicate what happens in reality it's like, why the maybe I'm confused here. Are we saying that what we see on TV seems to indicate what happens in reality, even like remotely?
Hold on. Well, okay. Well, let's explore what you just said, though. We don't need TV or not. I mean, whether the percentages work out, marriages and relationships are all fucked up, whether we're on TV or not, right? Hold on for a second. The marriage rates are down.
Yeah, we agree.
And then we don't know. Wait. Before you go off, the marriage rates are in dismal shape. Our population growth is in dismal shape. Everybody seems unhappy in not everybody. Many people seem unhappy in relationships. They don't commit to each other at all. Marriage is on a decline. So whether we just don't know all the individual reasons, these shows like The Bachelorette and The Balloon Show gives you an insight of how those things might happen based on what these people say in front of you online. So does art imitate life or life imitate art? There's some of that you can't deny. But go ahead.
Maybe a small percentage. The problem is, I guess in this case, is when you have society going in, like, for example, you say like relationships have these like specific issues, or things happen within an environment that have specifics that lead to a result, right? And then you saying, okay, well, we can go and watch these TV shows and we can pick it apart and think we're going to learn something from it. This is often never the case.
That's not true at all. I mean, let me just say, you're looking for exact correlation, but here's a correlation for just this show we saw, that when the guys had the opportunity to ask the kind of questions that I would ask in real life, they didn't. Or they did. Like, for example, hey, do you have any children? Right? At some point, they could have asked that question. They didn't. They didn't ask her about her family life or if she had a father in her life. There was no restriction for them not to do that. So we know that was an omission. And so what I'm saying is, in real life, we can tell. Wait a second, man.
Yeah, but we assume that.
Hold on for a second. There's plenty of people who go on dates who never go on the show and never say anything substantive to the person that they want to cleave to. They'll get married without having one serious freaking conversation. And that about finances, about how they're gonna go. That shit's true. We don't need a dating show to see that, but it's true. It happens all the time.
Yeah, that's a commonality even within, like, say, just the youth, or like among the youth. It takes time to learn. We just apparently seem to be like extending that off. So the idea of dating might actually be more of a problem with how society individually behaves. So you're still not going to get to anything substantive when you're talking about like the concept.
I think I understand. Well, we're not trying to solve the problem. I'm trying to expose tidbits of it. That's all.
I was actually kind of, and I'm trying not to judge here. I'm just like, I saw the title and I was like, I want to know what the hell that is, because I'm really curious.
I can take that. Maybe it's a little bit strong, you know. Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but
I will give you this: the word match actually implies a goal. And I've noticed a lot of people just skip over the goal. Like, just say, we're never going to say what the goal is. We're just going to talk about all of the actions that go toward the goal. Yet we're assuming the goal of the other person. That's probably going to be a much bigger problem to address the dating issue right there in the first place. Because, I mean, isn't it the case that dating is basically projecting what you want the other person to see?
Well, on both sides, though, right? If you're dating somebody,
yes.
If you're dating with intentions, your goal during the courting phase is to find out what the other person's intentions are.
Right.
Is it just words, or is it something that they can live by?
Right.
And something that they can cultivate.
Right. So the question then would become is, how do you basically measure the other person's intention? Who's got the mind reading machine here?
You know what, man? You should have spoke up a little earlier, because we're gonna have to go, man. And then maybe that's my fault. I didn't.
No, it's actually my fault. I came up with that initial question and it went down sidetrack. I'm good with another show. We can say,
man. You'll come back, you know, because I got to get out of here. We got to get ready for the next show. But hey, listen, good stuff, man. Because I think there's a worthwhile if BMU. Either on the gray area or one of the shows we start talking about these kind of relationships and how what we see online and how does that mirror what's in real life. those are good questions for a full length show. And so stay tuned to the BMU network and we'll do that. Hey, everybody in the chat, thank you for everything. Being Black David, thanks for being in the back. Lit, thanks for helping out. BMU, okay. Have a good night, everyone. Later.